Sham, I noticed that some employees are stealing. How can I handle it? How can I manage it? It's creating a very bad energy inside the restaurant, and we're going to talk about how we can solve that in 3, 2, 1, and here we go. Hello, everybody. My name is Sham, known in the community as a responsible restaurant owner, and since 2008, I've been opening and running restaurants out of the Silicon Valley, California, and I now just share my knowledge with the world. So I hope you're going to find this video beneficial, that you're gonna give me a like, maybe two, you're gonna share it, make comments, and let's get to it. A couple of things that I have done in the past. One of them was actually to install a pretty solid camera system, and I was literally able to check my entire operation from the comfort of my phone, and I did that for about a couple of 2 months. It was amazing because I will call and I will tell them, okay, hey, table 10 is missing water, what's going on there? I will literally be on them, and it's created a very interesting dynamic. Just the fact of them knowing that somebody is watching actually created extra incentive for them to perform better. This is just a matter of human nature. Proper onboarding process is going to be your best ally. There is a form that says, hey, you know what, we have surveillance cameras, and we also have the right to check in your belongings whenever is needed. And thank God, over the course of 10 years, I only needed to do that 3 times when I did ask an employee to empty their pockets, empty their bag, etc., etc. And I was positively pleased to know that nothing was stolen. Another thing that I would definitely recommend doing is check on the purchases. You know, I had this amazing employee, Rosa, this Latina lady who was talking no English, but she was doing amazing, you know, way better than people that came from very high-end culinary schools. I'm not going to mention any names here. And I loved her, I trusted her, and don't get me wrong about love, I just enjoyed her work ethics, and she was just amazing assets in my team, an amazing asset in my team. And even for her, once in a while, whenever she does purchasing, I will show up and I will just check on if the things that are on the receipts are the things that's actually being unloaded from the van. And I will also check my credit cards reports, make sure that she did not run a couple of transactions. Sorry, the fact of you being diligent and double checking people's work doesn't mean that you don't trust them, but you have to do that as part of the job. Another thing that I would definitely recommend doing is just have a very good meal discounts plan, something that has worked amazingly well. I mean, think about it. Your employees are being surrounded by food, drinks, and it gets very tempting to serve people that sometimes may not be as appreciative of everything that you're offering them. So I was very generous when it comes to the meal discounts plan. I was offering them 50% and on everything on the menu, not including beverages. I will extend that to them as well if they were to bring families and friends all the way to a party of 4, and they were very happy about that. If you're in the restaurant industry, you know that the dynamics between the front of the house and the back of the house are very fun because everybody blames the other, and when you have a very busy dining room and a waiter forgets to put in an order, automatically the last minute they have to ask the kitchen to make it happen, and the kitchen has a very interesting workflow and sequence that they're respecting for them to perform. So you know, if you're in the restaurant industry, that there is lots of static going on between the front and the back of the house. And something that I did implement was like the $5 special. The purpose behind this program was not for me to make money, but the waiter will go to the kitchen crew and ask them, hey, can I have the $5 special? And the chef will cook something that they want based on their availability for $5. My purpose was not to make money out of it, not even to break even. I will even lose money on some of the dishes, but the chef was able to hook it up. So it gave me employees that were very happy, properly nourished, and the respect for the kitchen was actually higher because the kitchen crew was actually very generous and they were able to hook it up for them. Theft is a very, very sensitive issue. Most of the time I would also recommend be very careful about who you hire. Everybody can be good on paper, but definitely do your reference check, see if they have a history of theft or not. And you know, literally the waiters sometimes will steal if you give them the chance. If you're not there, if you're not setting up the right systems, and if you're not telling them that, hey, you know what, to me, in my book, and please don't judge, but if you're supposed to work and the restaurant is slow, and instead of taking care of the side worksheet you're just doing nothing, to me that's an indirect form of theft as well. You know, especially if your restaurant is in the West, you're working with some very small profit margins and with numbers such as 90% of the restaurants fail within the first 2 years. You have to be extremely careful about your pennies and where your money goes, and make sure that your employees are as profitable as possible for you. Another thing that I would definitely recommend is to ensure that there is not as much theft, or I would call it lower productivity. Make sure that your employees are properly rested, that you're taking proper care of them. I would always have trainings with them. Something that a couple of my clients have done, and because they were literally having challenges, you know, how can I reduce this theft? It's already happening, I don't know who's doing it. You know, it's just to re-earn the respect of your crew, which is not a granted, but just having a training session, bringing everybody together and saying them, okay guys, I'm your manager, you're the employees, what can you expect from me? And a couple of my clients have done it, and the answers was amazing, like, oh, first show up on time and all the things. So you have to be ready for quality check, boss. And you know, the quality of your team is as great as the quality of the standards, the quality of your presence. And you know, so if there is something wrong with your team, there may be something wrong with the actual person who is doing the hiring and who is allowing these things to happen. Now, if there is a theft going on, also just becoming very real and very honest with your team. Sometimes you'll be surprised, some employees that care about you, that see all the hard work you're doing, all the good things you're doing for them, they will come in and be like, hey boss, I noticed something fishy, something suspicious. And it has happened to me a couple of times. And just be careful and attentive to the social progress of your employees. You know, lots of restaurant managers and restaurant owners don't care about the story of the employees. They just need a boss, or they just need a waiter, just a buddy. You know, you need to know what the plan of this person is. If the person is challenging because they have to pay child support, or you know, they want to buy their car so they can come on time to work, automatically they're going to be saving and they may be tempted to steal here and there. So you just need to know that, hey, this is a positive environment, and that's part of the onboarding process. It's part of the corporate culture that I always talk about. You need to be this place of light. And I know that some of you are going to be teasing me, Sham, what do you mean a place of light? But yeah, a place of light. Like, darkness is everything that's outside of your place of business, and when your employees come in, you're taking care of them and pretty much showing them a good time and letting them know that this is an honest business, that we work very hard and that we have systems in place to protect us from thefts, etc., etc. Another thing that I have done also a couple of times when I was suspecting theft is that I just called some cops from the police department, and they came and they did a demonstration, you know, and they talked about the different theft techniques, you know, and they educated everybody about it. And for whatever reason, after those cops did the interventions, and you know, and I installed some cameras, some of them actually were fake cameras because I could not afford to install all of them being true, and you know, that actually took care of it. So if you have a theft situation in your restaurant, sorry for that. I hope that these tips were able to help. If they did not, let me know what you have been trying. Please do comment. Can I get a like for the hospitality industry? And until we meet again, remember, the secret ingredient is love, baby. It's love.